No one likes you, and you're going to end up alone, and you deserve it, because you're a superficial, selfish, and prejudiced person!
Alright, time for bed. Why hasn't that person spoken to you in a while? Is it because they hate you? Maybe everybody's saying bad things about you, and maybe they're trying to cancel you for something you didn't say or do. And what if a nuclear bomb goes off and you don't have enough food or water or weapons? And do you have a contingency plan? And do you have enough money for anything you might need? And maybe you should be working instead of sleeping. And are you hungry? Because if you're hungry, maybe you should eat something. But maybe eating this close to bed will mess with your sleep. And maybe you should eat less. And what if all this anxiety gives you cancer? And what would people say about you if you died? And maybe you should have a nightcap, or maybe you shouldn't, because that would make you an alcoholic. And when was the last time you went to a doctor? And maybe you're already dying, and maybe you should look up your symptoms on WebMD. And how close are we to The Handmaid's Tale?
I used to think overthinking was a sign of intelligence. If I'm analyzing every possible outcome, that means I'm being careful, right? But then I caught myself doing something so ridiculous that I had to change everything. I spent 20 minutes rewriting a single text, not a deep emotional message, just a quick sentence. Sounds good. Let's do it. But in my head, I was overthinking it. Should I add an emoji? Do I sound too dry? Do I sound like I'm not interested at all? Should I put a period or an exclamation mark? And that's when it hit me. I'm overthinking for no reason for a basic text. And the worst part, this wasn't only text. I was overthinking my goals, my life, my career, everything. And I realized that successful people, they don't wait until they feel everything is perfect. They take action and they just start. And they figure it out as they go along. Because they realize that if they keep overthinking and if they keep planning, they will never start. They will never feel ready enough. Let's talk about how to break free from overthinking and take control of our lives. And I feel that urge and I start overthinking doing something. I'm overthinking picking an outfit or sending a text. I think to myself, will this decision matter in a year to come? Me putting an emoji at the back of a sentence, would I remember that? Will it mean something to me? Or me putting on this particular outfit instead of this, would that make a change in a year to come? No. If the answer is no, just do it. Just press send. Just put on the outfit. Just do what you need to do, because it will not matter in a year. It won't even matter in a month. So stop overthinking to things. Another thing that has helped me with overthinking so much is getting my head clear and getting my facts right. When I want to make a decision, I find time when I sit down. I get a piece of paper or my journal and I actually write it down. What makes it easy for me instead of just thinking of writing is to make a pros and cons list. I want to take this decision. I want to quit my job. What are the pros of quitting my job? And what are the cons? When you are done writing, you see the list. We have 15 pros, we have 5 cons. What does that tell you? That's a very clear picture. It makes it easy for you to make a decision because you are seeing it clearly. If the pros are more than the cons, that means that's the right decision for you. But if the cons are more than the pros, that means you should rethink it and you should not take that decision. That's a decision tool I've been using so much recently because there are just a lot of life changes and there are a lot of things I'm changing. So sometimes I doubt myself, sometimes I consider if I'm doing the right thing or not. But when I write it down, I can physically see it. I get my facts right. Okay, the advantages of actually going this route are more than what could happen. And you only need to do this when you know that this decision, it will matter in a year. When you ask yourself, will this decision matter in a year? If the answer is yes, that means okay, I need to be serious about this. I need to be intentional about this. So grab a piece of paper or open a note app on your phone and write pros and cons. Even when it comes to dating, what are the pros of dating this person? What are the cons of dating this person? And you see which one makes sense to you more. Another thing that has helped me is when I make that list and I see, okay, this is the pros, this is the cons, I take small actions, I take small steps towards that thing. If the decision you're trying to make is should I quit my job or not, and the pros of you quitting your job are more than the cons of you quitting your job, first thing is to take small steps. Okay, if I quit my job, what am I going after? What do I want to do? I want to work in another field. Okay, take small steps. Go and start learning more about that. Start watching videos about that. Start taking courses about that. And as you are doing that, ask yourself, how do you feel? When you are doing these things, do you feel fulfillment? Do you feel happy? And do you think, okay, if I actually go fully into this, I'm going to be happy, I'm going to be fulfilled? Or for me, taking that small option, you watching a video on YouTube, it's too much work for you, or you're too even lazy to do it, or you don't find it interesting. That is an indication that this is not the right path for you. But when you feel excitement, when you take small actions, when you just try something little, and yes, you are happy, you are excited, you feel you're on the right path, your intuition is that yes, this is right for me. Then that's another confirmation that there's no need to overthink. You should just go after it because this is the right path. But if you feel negatively towards it, or you are not motivated to actually take that step, then that might be an indication that this is not the right thing for you. I've done all this and you're sure this is the right thing for me. Sometimes you just have to do it. You just have to go full in, no overthinking, no one waiting for the perfect time. You just have to do it. You have to pull the plug. Sometimes I create a video and I'm wondering, I don't like this. I don't like how my head cut up. I don't like my makeup. That one happened a lot. I don't like how I look. I look too tired. It's too late now. What overthinking it do for me? I hit post and I throw my phone away. I don't look at my phone. I don't check anything on it. All I know is I've done it. I've posted it. Now this doesn't mean you don't put effort in what you're doing or you just do things anyhow. No. But when things that you plan and when you have done the work, now things are out of your control. There's nothing that you can do anymore. There are times when something is really bad and I don't post the video. Like there was a time I filmed the video and the audio was bad, and audio is very important. And I scrapped the whole video and I had to film it again. I'm not going to at that point I'm not just going to post it just for posting it to say I posted it. Something else I've learned that I'm trying to implement is the 5 seconds rule by Mel Robin, which just says that like when you feel the urge to do something, you feel the urge to make a phone call. Instead of overthinking, just start counting down. Count from 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Count down, and before you get to 1, when you start overthinking it again, just do it. And at that point, it's out of your hands. If you're in a setting and they're asking people to volunteer to introduce themselves, start counting down. 5, 4, 3. Hi, and speak up before you get to 1. Hi. When you say hi, you already have the flow. Then introduce yourself. If you're hesitating to film a video, if you've set up to film a video and you're now doubting your topic or you're doubting your background, just set a time on your phone. 5, 4, 3, and press start. Before you get there and start filming. If you're hesitating to send the text, before you get to 1, send that text. And I think that helps a lot. Ultimately, what I do now is when I'm overthinking a decision, I just ask myself if a friend was asking me this, what advice would I give her? Would you say she's doing too much and she's overthinking things and she should just take action? So say that to yourself too. Sometimes you have to talk to yourself as a friend or as a sister because that's what works sometimes. Sometimes you need that. If you don't have someone else, if you don't have someone else to say that to you, sometimes you have to say that to yourself. You have to parent yourself. You have to friend yourself.